As we all know, this Marvel Rival season is coming to an end. And as you can see, right now, I am on Grandmaster 3, highest Grandmaster 2. And I know there's been some of y'all that are struggling to climb up the wings. And even though this season is ending very soon, I'm gonna leave a little bit of like timbers or tips for y'all that y'all can use either for this season or the next of what I think is what's the best thing you should learn when and how you can be able to reach Grandmaster. And let me first start off by saying that I I will not put myself as a know-it-all or a guy who knows everything. I am still learning as a game just as much as y'all, but with experience, I've learned that there are some things that y'all should consider, or the I would say, major things that I think y'all should consider when playing this game. So the first one I will say is the most important is positioning. When for this game I feel like this game is mostly all about where you position yourself and how you are able to either take cover or find the best place to either shoot somebody or even the best place to, I don't know, even assist in heals. When I'm playing with Storm, I like to play. Let's say, for example, when I'm playing with Storm, I like to play. I like to duck behind walls. I like to stay beside the obstacles while I shoot and move in and out in between, just so that for I don't give easy access for the flyers or not flyers or even heroes like Hela, Neymar, or even Hawkeye. You know those DPS that are crucial, that are very much a counter for Storm. When it comes, I feel like in this game, once you have figured out how how to position yourself and where exactly is the best place to be when you are fighting, that I feel like goes a long way because it is able to help you understand your terrain more. It can help you escape situations more, and I can feel like overall that is what helps you increase your rank, and that's basically how others increase your rank based on positioning. Another one I would say, another point for that, the second point would be being flexible. When I say being flexible, I mean that let's be real. I think most of us here are either DPS main, support main, tank main. We all have our mains. Me and myself, I'm a DPS main, but still, I like to try and do other things. I like to try and be a tank. I like to try and be support, because there are situations where you're gonna have teammates where either somebody's gonna need an extra tank or someone's gonna need extra support, or even let's say someone even needs an extra DPS, but nobody wants to switch because they don't know how, or they just don't want to. So I learned that you as yourself as a player, being flexible and learning how to play the different roles from tank, support to healer, that's one of the best attributes to have in this game that can help you rank up quickly. Just so that when it comes to, let's say, when you have to switch or like an extra tank is needed, that can you don't have to rely on somebody else to switch, and you can switch yourself as a person since you're already comfortable with it. Like, yes, it's some I know a lot of y'all are main, but sometimes it's good to maybe work out your comfort zones. I know not a lot of people like to support, not a lot of people like to tank, but still, like we all know, this is a team based game. So if we you gotta learn how to expand your horizon, and basically learn how to how do you know play different roles for your team and secure yourself a dub. Uh, a third point, I wouldn't say this is the most crucial point, but to help you get to Grandmaster. But I will say it does help. If it's possible for you, I know it's not possible for all of us, but if you have, let's say, a buddy that or a pal that you want to team up with when you're queuing in competitive, that also I feel like that is also a very good thing to have, because it is very right. That makes the game more fun when you are leveling up with the group. And Let's be honest, y'all. Solo queue, when you're solo queuing in Marvel Rivals, the matchmaker can even be, it's basically like a 50-50 at this point. It's either you're gonna have like an okay team, a very good team, or a very bad team, or you can have an okay team, but that's a real occasion. But yeah, I feel like once you like start teaming up with people that you're used to, people that you're more comfortable playing with, finding your finding your team or your little group of play with to help link up, that's already something that um, I find that helps you a lot in waking up to this game because you can communicate with each other, so you can help each other on the mistakes, and you don't have to argue. Most of the time when you're playing with people you play with, you don't really argue. Yes, we're gonna make mistakes, but then we can all reflect out of the mistakes. We can as a friend reflect on those mistakes and help one another. Uh, yeah. Um, I would say, and then the fourth point I would say is let's counter. I would say we gotta learn how to counter certain heroes. Like I mentioned before, sometimes we're gonna have to. Sometimes we know we have our favorite heroes we want to play, but I feel like sometimes there are heroes that are necessary to counter others. Let's take for example. I said I like to play Storm. Yeah, sometimes Storm is like one of my best heroes when I come to DPS, and I like to play it a lot. But if they let's say they have a Black Panther or even a Spider Man, those dive type heroes are very hard to deal with as a storm, just because I don't move as fast as them and I can't really lock in. Yes, sometimes some occasions I'm able to deal with them just fine with the hero that I'm in, but if it comes to an issue, we gotta learn how to switch. So as you play the game, you're gonna learn that there's certain heroes that are better against other heroes. For example, like I said with that Spider-Man example, Spider-Man, let's say Black Panther, all the dive heroes, I'll go Wanda. Wanda, I feel, is the best counter for me as a person to deal with dive heroes. I know for flyers, if you want flyers, you can go Hella. If you're good at Hella or Hawkeye, there's people that are like very precise with their aim for the flyers because they don't move that as much. They don't move as fast in the air, so it's easier for you to get pings or hits off them. And then sometimes, I know like some people they don't even like going Squirrel Girl because they be like some people be like, oh, she has no skills, or you just press one button and we all do that mumbo jumbo. But still, sometimes even a squirrel girl is crucial because that girl does a lot of damage. So sometimes sometimes it's just not enough damage for your team, and that squirrel girl on your team can give you enough damage to boost and help you win that game. It's like staying as one hero can sometimes staying as one hero just not it. If and then I feel like some of y'all have seen it already that there are gonna be heroes that you play that get countered very easily, or there's some heroes you just can't deal with. We gotta learning how to counter these heroes and learning who's the best, no matter what the difficulty level for them, or like how skill based they are. Like we need to not let our ego take control and then just learn how to, accept what's happening and try and adapt and change it so we can get this win. And I would say the final part, I said final part, the final, the final, uh, point for, what, the final point I would say that will help you to get to GM is actually very simple. Well, as we play on, like I said, following these tips, I can hopefully, but I can very much assure that they will help you reach the rank that you are trying to get or aiming for. But taking breaks, man. Sometimes you just gotta take a break. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes when you're losing. Sometimes we're all gonna lose streaks. I know I've been on my lose streaks. I've gone plenty of lose streaks sometimes, and then sometimes I just take a break. Sometimes taking breaks it actually helps you get better. If you don't believe me, because we all know no one likes to lose. Losing, if you keep losing constantly, your mindset is already getting messed up for each loss and every time. I learned that sometimes if you're losing, you got a little lose streak. It's okay to take a break, man. It's fine. Take a break. do something else. Do something else you have to enjoy, or you can reflect on like why you even lose those games. There's always something to, like we said, for every loss you learn from every loss, and there's always something to learn from like why we lost. So taking breaks and like stepping back and then just analyzing of like why did we lose, and then just thinking back on it can honestly help you a real way. But yeah, this is that would be like I would say the 5 tips that I would say would help you to get to Grandmaster. Like I said, I'm still playing myself. I'm in Grandmaster 3 right now. Highest rank I've gone is Grandmaster 2. What my goal is for Celestial, so I am still trying to learn as I go. But I want to share this knowledge, for like the people that that can't get to that rank right now or are struggling to get to that rank, so y'all can learn and probably and hopefully one of these tests that I can say actually made you realize something that can help you improve. But yeah, that is my little guide video of how I think, or my guide into how to get to Grandmaster and how did I get to Grandmaster. Uh, if I do manage to get to Celestial, I will post another video. I will post another guide video, probably actually most likely on how did I also get to Celestial. So yeah. But other than that, y'all, thank y'all for listening to me chat for a while. But yeah, good luck on your games, man.